simplify something like this, I'm going to need to follow a bunch of rules that have to do with the exponents and try to cancel out any x's and y's or other variables that where I have one on the top and one on the bottom. Before I touch the variables, though, it might be simpler to look at the coefficients, the number parts. And if I ignore all the variables for a second and I just try to simplify these, I can do it just like I was multiplying two fractions. I can do some cross simplification. I note here that both 21 and 35 are divisible by 7. So 7 goes into 21 3 times, into 35 5 times, so I can simplify it in that fashion. Also between the 6 and the 4, they're both divisible by 2. So this becomes 3, and this is going to become 2. Then, once that's done, my answer is going to have these multiplied together. Now, let's look at some of the variables. You'll notice that I have z cubed in a denominator here and in a numerator here. So if I have 5z's multiplied together over 3z's multiplied together, the 3 in the denominator are going to cancel 3 of these 5 in the numerator, leaving us with, in total, 2z's in the numerator. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and put a z squared in my numerator. And again, that comes from 5z's on the top, take away 3 of them, I'm left with 2. Alright, now let's look. Let me just underline those to show that I've dealt with them. Let's look at now the y variables. Here I have y to the 4th power, and later I have in the denominator y squared. So this y squared is going to cancel 2 of my y's in the numerator, leaving me with 2 y's in the numerator, or a y squared up in my numerator. So I've dealt with the y's now. Let's see what happens with my x's. I don't have any x's in my denominator. They're all in the numerator. Here I have 2 x's. Remember, this means x times x. This also means x times x. So when I multiply them together, I'm multiplying a total of 4 x's together. So that's going to equal x to the 4th power. Okay, now I've taken care of all my variables, and I've simplified the coefficients. Now all I need to do is multiply the coefficients together. 3 times 3 is 9, and 5 times 2 is 10. So my final answer here would be 9 x to the 4th y squared z squared all over 10. Hope that helps. Thank you.